Hello everyone, today is the 24th of January 2023 and the day is the 24th. Today I have come with very interesting story, as well as today, before telling the story, I would like to tell the very interesting quotation, that is, don't give up, the starting is always the hardest. This is a really awesome quotation and this teaches a very good lesson. It means that when we think to do something, we always find something to do hard in the starting. Like if you want to do something, you will feel really hard in the starting time. If you just try to be think and if you just do a little bit, then you will crack this thing. This is a really very interesting thing and we should know it in our mind and we should just follow it, because it is saying something like it is listening very easily that starting is very hardest, but it is a practical example that if you want to do something, you will really feel very hardest when you plan to do something. So this is the thing, and for doing something you have to take an initiative is always the hardest, but if you start taking initiative, you will find the qualities of also officer like qualities that will help you to emerge the good qualities in yourself. So this was all about the things of the human life's lesson, and now I would like to start the story. So the story again start from the California. So the in the California there was a family who was having a husband, wife, and having a two child, like a one daughter and a one boy. So the thing was that when one day the lady was planned to go outside, and she called her mother and said that, grandma, you have to you have to just keep the eye on the children, and you don't have to don't have to be not just careless on the children. You have to be totally focused on the child. This is all about it. After giving the instruction, she left the home and she went the outside. But you know what's happened is that when she returned the home, she found that the mom, his grandma, was drinking alcohol, and that was like a ridiculously unbelievable thing for her. And when she saw this thing, she started abusing and she started like screaming on her mother and said that, where is the child, and you are drinking again. I have told you to not drink it and you are again still doing. But after saying this, his grandmother was in a drinking mood, so she has no idea, and she was in a smiling mood at that time. That lady just climbed the stairs and reached the husband's room, and she talked the husband, where is the children? I'm not able to find her, I'm not able to find them, and my grandmother is drinking alcohol, so can you help me to search? So they started searching outside and inside, and they found that in the upper side, in the roof side room, they were one was eating the chocolates and the other was doing something else. So that was the thing. After finding them, she was just again leaving the trust on her mother, and she was thinking that I would not to give and advice to my parent, have advice to my mother for bringing up and for keeping the eyes on my children. At that time, husband said that, should we not call my mother, my grandmother, and she would definitely take care, and she had loved to take care. But she started saying that no, I would not give the advice to take care of my children, don't do it. So that was the thing. When he listened, that he was saying that, what's the reason, why should you not call? So she started saying that, no, my mother is a good, do you think that my mother is not good? See, yeah, it is a bad thing she is taking alcohol, but I know she would left it, so just give the second chance to my mother and don't call your mother, and all thing would be handled. At that time, the husband, when the like put the phone on the table. At that time when he just outside, so that lady found that the incoming call was coming of the grandmother. She just disconnected the call, and at that time she blocked the number of his mother. And later she was doing his all household chores, and during household chores she found that the call was coming to his own number, his own phone number. At that time she again talked her. She did not talk, she just disconnected the call. Later the thing was that they again planned to go outside by the aeroplane, and at that time they again gave the responsibility to lady's mother. And after giving the responsibility, when they were in the flight and the flight was going was about to the flight was about to take off, at that time the call came of his friend. The call came of his friend and his grandmother. The child was lost, and they were not able to find them. So they again just get out from the plane, and after getting out from the plane they just plan to see just they just suddenly got one idea struck in the mind of the husband. He said that I think a daughter has weird daughter has wore the watch, Apple Watch. So I think we can trace her by the Apple's mobile location. So they just opened the location map and they found that the location. They started they started chasing the location, and they reached the again the men's grandmother. After seeing them, and they were eating pudding, and at that time that lady just said to the daughter and the boy, just go away from this location and we will talk you later. After they went, both children went. That time the lady asked, why did you take my children without my permission? She said that I called your children because of serving the pudding, and after the serving I thought that I would drop your children, but I don't know what was the matter. So she said that actually I have given the responsibility to my friend and my grandmother to take care of both of them, but at that time I was about to take off by the aeroplane. At that time I got the message my children was not finding. So that's why I got tensionized, and we got out from that aeroplane and we started searching. So that was all the matter. And at that time the lady showed the angry emotion on that grandmother. At that time that grandmother started telling all the story to his children. I used to call you, but your call number does not connect the call. He said that I don't know, mother, but when he found that the contact number was on the blacklist. So that was all about the thing, and the lady felt his mistake. And at that time the grandmother said that a very powerfully that just don't be sad and everything is fine. Forgiveness is always be the attribute of the strong, and that grandmother lady forgive her, and later the thing was started getting fine. And this time the lady give the responsibility to husband's grandmother for taking care of the children. They went again outside, and at that time the both children were in the keeping the eyes under husband's grandmother, and both children were happy in a mood, and they were playing, and that lady was serving pudding, and that lady was making the interesting food. That was all about it, and this was a fantastic thing, and the both children were happy. This was the thing. So what we can learn, the lesson is that we have to be always be cool, and we have to be always think that what's the matter before giving the reply and before giving the final decision. And we have to be very thankful, and we have to be very like graceful, thankful, very helpful and happyful for all of the person. Don't be emotionless for any of them. So this is what this was the story. Thank you so much.